Hello everyone, this is editorial video for problem B minimum reversals. In the problem statement we are given an array A of n elements and we want to sort the array in non-decreasing order. To sort the array you can choose 0 or more non-overlapping segments of A and reverse them. Let's see an example. We are given an array A having elements 1, 2, 8, 7, 3. Here we can choose segment 2, 4, like it is beginning with index 2 and ending at index 4. We have chosen this segment and we have reversed it to get this array which is sorted. So we have taken only one segment. So our task is to find minimum number of such segments you will require to sort the array in non-decreasing order. If it is impossible to sort the array, then output -1. Let's see the constants. There can be up to 10 to power 3 test cases. N can go up to 10 to power 6 and summation n can also go up to 10 to power 6 and each element of array can go up to 10 to power 9. Let's see the test cases. In test case 1 we are having only one element, so the array is already sorted, so we have output at 0. In test case 2 we have already seen that test case above, so its output is 1. In test case 3 the array is already sorted, so we will output 0. In test case 1 we can choose this whole array as a segment and reverse it, so we will get 1. In test case 5 we are having 3, 1, 2, 4. Let's say we choose this segment, so we will bring 1, 3, 2, 4. We have got something like this. Now we would like to bring this 3 in place of 2, but we can never do this, because if we will do something like this, then these both segments will have a element in common, but there should be non-overlapping segments, so we cannot do that. Similarly, we can try with different segments, like we can try changing this, making this 2, 1, and then try changing like this whole. We take this 3, 2, 1 and reverse it, but it is not possible because they will be having this common, but the segment should be non-overlapping. There should be no common indices between them, so we can never do it, so we will output -1. Now let's see the last test case. In last test case we are having 2, 1, 3, 10, 5, 12, 11. Here we can choose this segment and this segment and this segment. We will get 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11, 12, which is sorted. Since we need only 3 segments, so we will output 3. Now let's see how we should approach this problem. These are the elements of array which I am representing by a graph. Like it is decreasing, sometimes it is increasing, sometimes it is decreasing. Let's say it is something like that. Now let's see what segments we should choose. One thing we notice that if we choose a segment which is having 2 or more than 2 elements which are in increasing order, like if we will choose this segment, it is having these 3 elements in increasing order. these three consecutive three elements are in increasing order. So if we will reverse it, then we will get a shape like this. And now we know we cannot choose these indices in another segment. So we will never be able to change this shape back to something like this. It will be never be possible. And to make the array sorted, we have to make all the elements either in increasing order or they remain same or increasing only. But we will never be able to get this shape back. So we should only focus on the segments which are decreasing. Like here we can see this segment is decreasing. This segment is also decreasing. And this segment is also decreasing. So we should try to change this decreasing segment to an increasing segment. That's what we have done in examples. Let's like this segment will change something like this. Similarly, this segment will change something like this. But we see that by reversing this segment, we are not able to make the array sorted because here it got decreasing. So after reversing all those decreasing segments, we also need to check if the array is sorted or not. Now let's see some edge cases also. We can see that it is not necessary that the elements will be distinct as it is not mentioned in the problem, and we can see that in this test case we are seeing that 3 is repeating multiple times. Now let's consider some test case like 3 1 1. If we will see that 3 1 is decreasing and change it to 1 3, then we will get 1 3 1, but it is not a non-decreasing order, so it is wrong. But we can also do like this. We can choose this whole array and then after reversing it will become 113. It is valid. So if we have repeating elements, we should choose them all. If we will choose only one of them, like if we have chosen only 3 and 1, then we would have got 1 3 and 1. We know that here is 1 and just before it there will be some element which is greater than 1. Then we cannot bring this 1 at this place because this index is already used in a segment. Now let's see some more examples. Like we can take 2 3 3 2 2 2 1 1. Let's take this example. Here we can see that we need to take this whole segment and reverse it. Let's make this one also. Okay. Now it looks fine. Yes. Here we can see that we can take this whole segment and reverse it to get a sorted array. We see that if we are seeing any two consecutive elements as same or smaller, then we should continue to that segment and see till when it becomes increasing. We can take 5 here, or we can just end it. Like there is increasing order, so we will break from here and reverse this so that we can get 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 5. This is the chosen segment. Here we can see that we have taken all these three together. This is because if we have not taken these three, then we would have got taken some segment like this. And after reversing, we know that that at the place of 3 we will be having some element which is less than 3. Here in this case it will be 1, and then we know just before it there is a 3 which is greater than 1, but we would never be able to bring this 1 in place of 3 because the index at 1 is already a part of a segment which we have already used. So we should take if the same element is occurring consecutively, then we should take it as a single element. Like we should continue going to it. Let's understand it better with the code part. Let's see the code. We have taken, firstly we are taking the number of test cases. For each test case I am calling solve function. So always taking the input of array. What is this ranges doing? Ranges is storing the pairs. We are storing pair of ij. From index I to j, we have decreasing segment. Now we are just iterating over the array. We see if next element exists and it is less than or equal to ai, then we will see till what index it is a decreasing or constant order is maintained. If we see that aj is not equals to ai, then we will push range ij. If that is not the case, then we will not push pair ij. Like if we are having something like this 2 3 3 3 5, we see that just after 3 we are having a element which is less than or equal to 3, so we will continue, and here we see that it just got increasing, so we will break from the loop. We get this as I and this as j, but it does not make any sense to reverse this because we will get the same segment after reversing it. We will get the same subarray after reversing it. So we only need to change when aj is not equal to ai. Like if there was a 2 in place of this 3, then we should reverse this to get 2 2 3 3 5. Now after that we are changing I to j, so that after, like if we get from index I to j, so that I can start from like this. I can start from j. This will be taking O(n) complexity only because we are visiting every index only one time. After that we have taken an array B of length n. We are making it equal to array A by changing each bi equals to ai. After that we are sorting the array A. This is the array we want. Like we want the sorted array A. After that we are just iterating over all the pairs in the ranges and we are reversing all the segments. This code is reversing the subarray from index I to j. After that we are bool possible is telling if we can sort the array or not. After reversing all the segments which are decreasing in array B, it must be equals to array A. If that is not the case, then we should output minus ones, else we should output ranges.size. This piece of code will also be taking O(n) complexity only because the difference of for each subarray which we are reversing and the summation of all those subarrays length can go up to n only. So this is also O(n) complexity. Total complexity of this code is n log n because sorting will be taking n log n. Now let's see one more code. It will be taking O(n) complexity only. In that we can notice like if there is a array which is having values like this, then it is decreasing and then increasing. Let's say something like this, and we see that this is a decreasing segment. So we would like to reverse it. After reversing we will get something like this. Let's say this was I and this was j. After reversing we will get aj here and ai here. Now let's say this is lft, this is the left, and this is right. Then after reversing, aj should be greater than or equal to left, like this should be greater than or equal to left, and ai should be less than or equals to right. Like this ai, after reversing we will get here, this should be less than or equal to right. Then only we will be able to connect them and form a increasing or a constant array. One more thing we see is that, let's say this can also be a decreasing array. So this is I, this is j. We are comparing ai which should be less than or equals to right. We are checking that ai should be less than or equals to right. But if it will be decreasing, then instead of this we will be getting like it is decreasing till here, then we will get right as this part. but but this is not a problem, because if we are checking AI with this part, let's say this come true but this is false, then in the next time we will check it with this part. When we will reverse it, we will again compare it with the previous value, so it will be handled. But if it will be increasing, but if it will be increasing and we will not check for it, and we will not check that AI should be less than or equal to right, then then we will continue by seeing the increasing segment and not check for the previous value. This will make our solution wrong. Now let's see the code part for it. I have taken input as array B, and then I am taking array A. I have inputted first element of array B. After it, I am putting element in A only when it is not equals to previous element in A. Like if there are multiple threes coming, like there is something like 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5. So I will be taking all the consecutive number of threes only one time, all the consecutive number of fives only one time. Like 3 can repeat here, but we will take this 3 like this. But if there are multiple number of threes consecutively, then we will take them only one time, because in the solution also we are using them only one time, which will make our solution more easy. Like we are having we are not having any two consecutive numbers as same. Similarly, we are doing same thing here. We are just checking the range. We are just finding the range I to j, which is decreasing. We have chosen left as 0 and right as 1e9. If I minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, then we will change this to left, and similarly j plus 1 will be the right. After it, we are checking if aj is less than or equal to left and ai is less than or equal to right, then we will increase our answer and we will change aj to ai. Like if this segment is decreasing, then we will just change this element with this value. We are just doing like this because we will never be using this. We only need to make use of this. If another segment will be decreasing, then will be making use of this value as the left. And since we have reversed this segment, so it should be equals to ai. That's what we are doing. We are changing aj to ai. After that, we are changing I to j so that we can continue from it. And if it is not the case, then we will changing possible to false, and we are breaking from the loop. If it is possible, then we are printing the answer, else we are outputting -1. It is taking complexity of on only. So that's the solution for it. Thanks for watching.